What's up, everybody? I'm Justin Maycat here with my sibling, Matthew Matat,
What's up, everybody?
and we are Room 51, where we talk all things board gaming. And today, this is airing on the 29th of December in the year 2020, and we decided to do a special Speak Up Game of the Month for this month, where we asked viewers and people on social media that follow us to submit their own picks for Speak Up Game of the Month, and they gave us a little bit of a description and as to why they picked that game. I'm super excited to do this. Are you
I'm
ready?
pumped. I
All
am
right.
pumped. I also just thank you to everybody who did submit a
Absolutely.
game
Yeah.
for this. I'm excited to read it off.
Yeah. Very cool.
All right, so I'm going to just start it off. So we have, for our first person, Jeremiah, who picked Master of Orion, the board game. And they were saying this has been getting a tiny bit of buzz in the solo gaming community as something people revisit for its fan made solo variants. But it's a really decent 2 or 3 player card game that doesn't seem to be getting a lot of attention, even a year after it came out. Um, and yeah, and they were just saying that, it's great for like building up and managing your stuff. And I guess this is based off the PC IP, and Jeremiah was saying that they're not really a Master of Orion PC game fan, but they enjoyed this card game here. I have heard of this game, Master of Orion, and am I even pronouncing that name? Is it Orion or is it like Orion?
I thought Orion when I read it. I've never heard of it either, or I don't think I have. Maybe I
I mean, I've heard of the
have.
video game for sure.
It
Um,
sounds familiar.
and I've been wanting to play. I know that there's a couple of them, and I know that the board game has come out, but that's all I know about it. I haven't looked into it because I haven't played the video game,
Hmm.
and I feel like I want to play the video game before I play this game. But that's just
Yeah.
my sense.
I don't think we've ever had a Speak Up pick where it was a particular variant of the game that doesn't get enough love. Like, hey, this is actually a really good 2 player game, but people only talk about it for solo. I don't think we've ever had one like that, but
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
that's
So
cool.
very
I like
cool.
that. Solo.
All right, awesome. So this next pick is from Brian Thompson, and the name of the game is The Alpha by Bicycle. They said it's simple, easy to teach, fun thematic game with great components, requires planning and a tough decision on every turn as you send out one wolf after another. Lots of interaction between the players, with the conflict being more at the strategic level. Everyone I have played with has liked it. Those kinds of games always get me, where it's like everybody I've introduced this game to has absolutely loved it, but then it's just not getting any love in the board gaming community. I feel like I've heard of this game, The Alpha, though I don't know if I've ever looked much into it.
I have not heard of this game, so I don't know.
I'm almost certain I stumbled upon it once on BGG. It is definitely, both games so far, in my opinion, don't get enough love because haven't heard of it.
You
And
know,
I
I
feel like I never see it. Yeah.
I just looked it up now, and the picture looks familiar. Like I feel like I've seen it on Instagram or
Okay.
something. But other than that, I don't know. Abstract strategy, animals, and bluffing. It sounds like 2 out of those 3
Oh.
things I don't like.
I liked all 3 of those things, so I'm probably a dendo when you check that out.
All right.
Very
Cool.
cool.
So nice. Thank you, Brian. Next up is Matt, and okay, so this Matt, this is our buddy. This is our buddy Matt, and so he said his game of the month is Sentinels of the Multiverse. And he says it's a fantastic cooperative CCG. This is not a collectible card game, so this is wrong. That offers so much replay value. Plus, I love the superhero versus villains and the multiple roles you could play for your team. I'm going to have to agree with Matt on this one
Yeah.
because when it first came out, it made a splash, right? People were talking about it. And nowadays, people kind of love to hate on it. It's like, I don't like accounting. And it's like,
Yeah.
this is not account. I don't even feel like there's that much math going on. I don't understand why it's getting that rep right now.
Yeah.
Um, but I really like it. I know that at this point, with Marvel Champions out, people might feel like, oh, I'm never going to play Sentinels because of Marvel Champions. I still feel like they're pretty different, and I would gladly play both of them.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that for sure. It reminds me of sometimes when I see Dominion get some hate. Somebody asked on Facebook, hey, do people think Dominion still holds up? And somebody commented, I've played it around 50 times, so honestly, it's just kind of boring for me now. So I'd say, nah, it doesn't really hold up anymore. I was like, are you played the game over 50 times? Of course, that's a good game. Unless
Yeah,
I mean you
yeah.
hated each experience, which is just
I
strange
don't
then.
even know because like it's like does it hold up for me in terms of like will I play it the first 51st time? Maybe not. But
Right?
holding up in terms of like modern board gaming, absolutely. If it's going to be your
Absolutely.
first time playing Dominion, you'll probably like it if you like deck building.
Yeah, and I think that Sentinels of the Multiverse is getting the boot in a similar way, and it totally deserves its spot in the limelight still. It is an awesome name.
Dope.
All right, though. So this next one is from the boy, Bill Salt, aka Salty Dog.
Hey, hey.
Thank you very much, Salty Dog. Very excited. So he did have a pretty terrible pick. Ticket to Ride, Map 7, Japan, and Italy. Uh, so he says, Map 7 of this wonderful series adds a semi-co-op element to the game in the form of a bullet train mechanic. Working together can net huge bonus points at the end of the game, while not working with your fellow engineers will be equally penalized. It's great for reintroducing the game to someone that thinks it's just about laying trains. Add that to a whole nother map of Italy, which is good too. That is 2 games for the price of 1. I've actually looked into this. Sabrina the Teenage Meeple, her roots are from Italy and they're strong. So she has looked into this game. She's definitely considering Japan and Italy. I know I would be down to definitely try this as somebody that does not really like Ticket to Ride. And I'll agree with you. I think that of the Ticket to Ride you normally see, Japan and Italy do not pop up a lot.
Yeah, I think that I know Tom Vassell made a top 10 Ticket to Ride map list.
Yeah, he
I
did.
can't remember if this one hit it. I feel like it did, but I'm not sure.
I think it did too. I don't remember how high it was though.
Yeah. I'm not personally completely interested in like looking at a bunch of different Ticket to Ride maps.
Yeah.
I'm good with the classic one. Like I don't even go for the Euro one that adds the. I'm like whatever. I just have my basic Ticket to Ride. I'm good. I also love that you stumbled upon this one and had to read this one out loud.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that was random, by the way. We didn't know. We didn't plan
That
that.
was.
So I'm
Yeah.
glad that Justin had to read about Ticket to
Same.
Ride and how awesome it is.
All right.
Right.
Awesome.
All right. Next up is so okay. Their name, I know. Now they wrote it as E Van Diesel.
Yeah.
And I feel like their name is actually Evan, but we're gonna continue to call you Evan Diesel. And Diesel also, I believe, does what's it called? Like pick of the week every Friday for Dice Tower. Their pick of the week
Right.
with their kid. And it's awesome. So
It is. It's awesome.
they
Sometimes they rep the Room 51 shirt.
they do.
Love that.
I'm like,
That
what?
is so cool. Oh, I
Yes.
love it.
So anyway, I just wanted to give that mini shout out. But
Yeah.
anyway, their Speak Up game of the month is Ahile, and I hope I pronounced that properly. It is spelled Arraial, but Evan Diesel told me how to pronounce it in parentheses, and I think they're trying to say Ahile. But this is a perfect Tetris board game about trying to pack the most people into your Portuguese block party. Okay. Super fun art, quick turns, and easy to teach anyone. I have never heard of this game. I know
Dude,
close to
did
nothing about it.
recently.
You did?
I think this hit a list for Z Garcia on the Dice Tower.
Really? Wow.
I'm almost certain that this hit a lit. It was either his pick or maybe Mike Delicios, one of them. And they described it like that. That is the most bizarre theme
Yes.
you've ever heard of. But it does sound like a really good Tetrisy game. It sounds like it's actually a very cool game.
Yeah, I kind of love that it's not just any block party. It's a Portuguese block party.
Love that.
I'm like, okay, I'm with it. You know, I don't know. I want to check it out. It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. I'm into it.
All right. So for this next pick, I think that we're staying on the Iberian Peninsula. Shane Barnett provided us with Castell. And his description is nobody ever talks about this game. I don't see it in stores or anywhere, but it is in my top 10. Whoa, let me look. So it is available on Amazon. Apparently, it takes place in Catalonia. I don't really know much about this game. You run, you build human towers in this game, but I don't think it's like actually dexterity. I don't know much. I think it's
It's
kind of a Euro game.
Castel. If it is a Euro game, I think it's
Okay.
about. Let me just look it up to make sure I'm looking at or thinking about the right
Yeah.
game. It is, yeah, that's what I thought. Where those acrobats that like they form pyramids.
Yeah.
That's what the game's about. I don't remember too much about it, but I know the brothers Murph absolutely love this game, and they
Okay.
say the same thing, that this game is not like spoken about. Um,
That
so
made sense.
there it is, and I know it came up in, I don't know if it came up in their current top 100, but I think it came up in their last year's top 100.
It had to, because once I saw the box cover when I looked it up, I knew I've seen this game before, but I just had no clue where. It had to be the Brothers Murphy. Okay, that made total sense. I definitely never hear about this game. It does look like a pretty cool game.
Yeah.
Some people call it pretty heavy, apparently.
Yeah,
On
it's a pretty heavy
BGG.
game from
Hmm.
from what I remember, and I remember I think it was Mike. It was Mike saying that like it's a brain burner of a game.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he said that.
All right. Very cool.
All right, cool. Next up is so this person did not want their name to be announced, so we're gonna hold to that. But they did pick Dice Throne. So everybody I've shown this game to, they all have a great time playing it. So Dice Throne is interesting, where it's kind of like, from what I know about it, it's sort of like King of Tokyo, but like more gamery. I think more
Yeah.
gamified. I think it's just for 2 players, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Did not know that.
It seems really cool. It seems like a game I would really, really like. Um, I just haven't kind of gotten around to it. I don't know, but I do want to look more into it, check it out. I love dice. I love cards, and yes,
So it's a 2 to 6 player game, but
yep,
BGG says
best
best
at
at
two.
2.
Yeah, yeah.
Community is 2 to 4 though.
Okay.
It's a game that I've heard you mention a few times. It does seem like a fun game that I'm totally down to try. It's just one that I've never wanted to go out and purchase.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess it's the
yeah,
same for me. Also, I think it was a Kickstarter, so I was like, at
right.
that point, I wasn't into buying things off of Kickstarter at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and once it was on Kickstarter, I was like, well, that's it. I'm never getting it. Like,
Yeah, Kickstarter has that effect.
yeah. So
Eh,
that's really what stopped me.
That's actually kind of interesting too, because I think this game had a bit of that Kickstarter effect of I was hearing about it when people were getting their shipments fulfilled,
Mm-hmm.
and they were finally receiving it, and you start seeing people post pictures, and then you never really hear about it again.
Yeah, it came
Uh,
out. It came in with a splash. Like
yeah,
people were
exactly.
nonstop talking about Dice Throne,
Yeah,
and now you don't quite hear about it anymore. And I don't
yep.
quite know why.
So that's an awesome pick, anonymous picker.
Thank you. All right, cool. This was awesome. Thanks
Yeah,
again, everybody who submitted. We wanted to do something to end off the year
yeah,
2020. And I don't know, I like doing the Speak of Game of the Month every month, and I thought it'd be cool to hear from our viewers. So thank
absolutely.
you. This has been Room 51. We will catch you all next time. Have a good one.